Ho, ho, kids. So this is really kind of like a practice run video for me because all this stuff is really obscure. But I'm going to go over the royal secret here and it's going to be hilarious. Like Billy the Kid hilarious. But it's all so obscure. Let me pause this so I don't leave. I'm doing something. But it's all so obscure until it's not. It's like that Alan Watts grandpa guy would say, like pulling a bow without aiming, that type of thing. It's all obscure and then it's not. And so I'm trying to just hold on a second. Look at this. All right, so we got this book that came from the same nonsense as the 68 volume book with the Phoenix palm tree from the Knights Templars that encoded all this crazy stuff. But this is another book of nations by the same people, credited to the same people. And it's like the whole costume stuff. Like, you know, it's weird too. But there's like, again, two things going on. One, a programming of like creating something. Like, remember Al-Qaeda didn't exist? And then it did exist? Well, it's like, this shit didn't exist and then now it does, you know? You know what I mean? But there's also some other stuff being signaled. Like, look how big these people are. Anyways, we'll go over this later. But look what I found. So on this book, you have on this page this thing of this mother and this daughter, which is really to me like signaling future generation, you know. But they're pointing over here. And I see a note on the ground. And that note has some words on it at the bottom, and it reads 1713. And now these same people put 1733 on the cover of the Phoenix Palm Tree book, which is as above, so below. Here's two keys. That's what 17 means, as above, so below. And there's a below meaning and an above meaning to what two keys is. We'll talk about that later. But the below meaning is this. It's anacode. So I find this note on the ground, and it says 1713 on the bottom, which tells me in code, like the weird stuff, as above, so below. Here's one key for yours. You know? Ours is anacode. So let's look at it then. Let's freaking do it. We got NICW. It's gonna blow your mind. Where's it at? All right, we got NICW, which is that ALE word that ends up being the rabbit too. And so we go through the whole process here of doing the first word. And it's English. There is no nations. All right. And then what's the next word? LIED. So LIED. Look at this. Also, take note, these words are through the Neo Matrix game. It is a lie. All right? There is no nations. It is a lie. So what's the next one? Vandy? Oh no, so let's do this because I remember I went through this too. Sing. Vandy. They are gone. Then we have the next word, which is this, and do the same nonsense. It comes back daughter, which is telling me, just like off of the Matrix movie and Romeo and Juliet with the cry face and it's foggy and all the stuff about the two key stuff. So like we just took the words from here and are describing what we're looking at here. So we see a daughter, right? From the DAMSE word. And then, where are you at? And the next word, MEYS, the same thing. Woman. Yep. And yep, it's a woman and daughter pointing at this note in the Book of Nations, the World Book of Nations, like with the encoded message that says, there is no nations. It is a lie. Oh, goodness. So that's pretty neat. What else do I want to say about this? Oh, and then Neo. Remember going to the Neo and Matrix game? That's like the same thing. It's like the Matrix stuff we're doing with that is like a training system for all this stuff. But it connects back to this whole same thing that I've had in the 1600s or whatever. See how that, like Neo, what is it? Neo from Welsh to whatever that is. It's that. And then you swap it once. And it's this. The NACYDW. Now remember, that was like the first thing that we did here. It connected here. NAC, it was right there. So NACW, boom, swap. And it's NACY. All this shit's connected. It's crazy. But when you end up finishing the whole thing, it comes out to sitting star, which to me says sitting queen. Sitting star telling lies. There is no nations. Well, that's the call. It is a lie. Sing, they are gone. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. So that's like the Knights Templars were doing their task of creating this thing for whoever this group was that invented everything for malicious purposes, but then inserting for good purposes this message but inside of it saying this is a lie, which is freaking crazy. Yeah, so I'll tell this story another way, another time. What? No, maybe we should do the Matrix thing real quick. Let me just look at the Matrix. Let me show you. So you know how that said like mother and daughter? It was showing us like on the mother and daughter, whatever. Like how we do with Mayan tablets and the Egyptian stuff and the Matrix stuff. Where's the Matrix stuff at? Hold on. This thing. Like remember like the Matrix, we're doing Neo. And it was like explaining what we're looking at, like entwining, weave. When his gun was empty, he's like, you're empty. He's like, so are you. And then they spin off and see how it's Neo, he spins. And that scene where he's lost, spelling it like that, like we did with Romeo and etc. That formula. And that part where he's like, no, you know. And then you have in there also like Neo coming to Mole, which is describing there's a mole in the story, like Judas, like Cypher is the freaking mole. Remember? He was eating that steak and stuff. Went back into the system. Anyways, then you have like Hawaiian to Danish. Neo is Tom. I mean, it's pretty neat. And then that scene where she's telling him about a gift. She's like, "You have the gift, or you have the gift." And they're naked. And he's like naked. The whole scene, the womb. But the same thing was with that book from the same authors of the book on nations, which is a 6-8 volume book on nations that just like says who everyone is. This is the cover with a knight, the phoenix, and the palm tree. And phoenix and palm tree is like the Rosetta Stone because it translates to each other. Now, when you further along this process of like translating phoenix and palm tree together, and you continue on with the same formulas, you get this freaking. I'll end with that video, but you get this like letter. I'll add the video in at the end, but you get this freaking letter that's basic. It's basically from Jesus talking about the world beyond Antarctica, beyond the 60th parallel, about it's having like unpaid land, a soilless or trophyless soil, like so, like you know, land without people building on it, free land, it's different, it's free. It's pretty neat. But okay, I'll go. Bye.
How I be making up my shit. Many ask how I be digging to the X-Files regardless. Many ask how I be making up my shit. Many ask how I be digging to the X-Files regardless.